Good morning, first graders. This is Mr. Stevenson coming at you from his living room. Today is April 10th, 2020. I hope all of you had a great evening and happy Friday. Woo! I hope all of you find something fun to do this weekend. Today for April 10th, it says to start out with 2 half pictures using yesterday's high frequency words. Now, first graders know my lingo, but families at home may not. So for 2 half pictures, it looks like this. It's a paper that's cut in half, and you'll be drawing 2 pictures on it. It uses these words from yesterday, our high frequency words. I have them taped up behind me. This is the word right, not like you not write a note, but this is my right hand. Sure, I'll eat that for you. Guess what I had for breakfast. This is, take a guess. Learn, better. Yeah, did you think better would have a D in it? And way up here we have began. I began this video by saying the date. All right, so what you're going to need to do is you're going to want to pause the video, get out this paper, and if you want to be able to read the words, they're right there on that paper. And you're going to first write what word you're going to use on top, write it in a sentence, and then you can draw a picture, and then pick a different word, write it in a sentence, and then draw a picture. When you're ready to check in, hit play, and while you're doing it, I'm also going to be doing it. Okay guys, hopefully you just completed 2 half pictures. I used the first in mine, the word right. So my sentence is a little tricky. When I write, I put a pencil in my right hand. And then I did the word guess. Can you guess what I am eating for dinner? Oh, that's a question, so I have a question mark. The answer is pork. So mine looks something like that. I got a little excited and already gave myself a bad hair day. If you like your work, you can ask someone at home to give yourself a bad hair day, then you can put that off to the side. Before I dive into math, I'm going to say that today's math is a little bit, it's definitely different than the last couple of days worth of math, and it keeps us on its toes because it keeps us thinking about numbers and patterns and how numbers interact with each other, which is really the big part of first grade. So before I have you take out your math book and turn to pages 214 and 215, I want to also say it'd be super helpful today if you also got out like something you can use as like counters. Maybe you could use like puzzle pieces or blocks or I don't know, Cheerios or whatever you can find. Ask someone at home to help you. You're probably gonna need, I don't know, up to like maybe 40 or so. So I know it's quite a few. So spend a few minutes, try to find something, and pause the video here. And when you are ready with your math book on page open to 214, and you have a bunch of count items you can use as counters, hit play, and and you'll be able to see my math book on the screen. Alright guys, hopefully you're able to find page 214 and find some items that you could use as counters. I'm going to first start right up here. How many counters can you see? So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you have counters in front of you at home, you could put out 12 counters in front of you. If you need more time to do that, pause the video and then hit play. I'm going to keep going though. So we're going to be taking these 12 counters and splitting them into 4 groups. So I'm going to move this one and put it there. I'm going to move this one and put it there. If you are moving counters right now, your goal is to take those 12 counters and put them into 4 groups. And you want to change groups every time you move a counter. And then if you get back to the beginning, you just go, or if you get to one side, you go back to the other. Whew. I'm going to have like really great fine motor skills on my right hand because I am using my trackpad to do this, and it's not that easy. Okay, almost there, almost there. Okay. Phew. All right. How many counters will be in each group? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh. So we took 12 counters and shared them in 4 different groups. Okay. What other quantities can be shared equally into 4 groups? Okay, for this, you're going to want to create something just like this in front of you. You want to put out the first number of counters, and then you're going to split them each into 4 groups. So you'll need 20, 16, 36, 28, 32, and 24 counters. So that will be something you guys can try when I have you pause the video. Okay, up here, it says shade each number that can be shared equally among 4. So it'd be like counting by 4s. So 4, 8, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to stop right there because I'll have you guys finish the shading on your own. So down here it says describe the pattern that you see. So you'll have to write something, and writing patterns in first grade can be pretty tricky. So let's talk about what we notice. I notice it goes 1, 2, 3 white spaces and then a yellow. 1, 2, 3 white, then a yellow. 1, 2, 3 white, then a yellow. Or you could say we are counting by 4s. I'll let you guys think though. Okay, down here. So what it's asking you to do is imagine that this number board up here went all the way to 60. So what would, write some extra numbers that would be after 50. So you might just want to draw in 51 all the way down to 60 and see what numbers you would continue to color in. And then you could write them there. All right, I'm going to be honest, this one's going to be tricky. Write some numbers that can be shared equally by 2 and by 4. So you'll just want to think, if I took my group of counters and only split them into 2 groups, it's asking for what are some numbers that you could do. And then B is where life gets a little bit trickier. Write some numbers that can be shared by 2, but not by 4. So maybe you have a different number here, and you try to split it by 2. For this one, I would start with something small. I would start with something less 10 or under and see what you come up with. That might make your life a little bit easier. All right, so I'm going to have you guys pause the video and work on kind of these orange boxes and then this mustard color boxes. And when you're ready to check your answers, hit play and I'll put up the answer key for you. Okay, pause the video. All right, guys, here are the answers for pages 214 and 215. Hopefully, yours looks something like this. Now, notice that there's some stars on these problems, and that says answers might be different. This is one example. So yeah, that totally makes sense. I didn't mention the ones place. Okay, and down for B, I kind of told you to just worry about numbers 10 and under. But they did some other ones, which is totally fine. Maybe you did something huge. That's totally fine as well. I am going to, if you need more time looking at the answers, pause the video, And I'm going to stop recording my screen and try to record myself again. Okay, guys, hopefully math went smoothly for you. And it says today in writing for Friday, April 10th, that we're supposed to share our writing. So what that means is starting Monday, I'm going to be meeting with every kid over the course of the week, and kids can share their writing pieces with me then. I've already had some of you send me some videos of you guys reading your writing pieces to me, which I think is awesome. Something I like to note before kids can actually share their writing piece is that they should read it to themselves and see if they can actually read it and see if all the words make sense. Sometimes kids have an idea of a word and they write all the sounds for it, and then they put it down and look at it later and they're like, I have no idea what this says. So in order for a first grader to be ready to share their writing, they want to make sure that they've gone through it and that they're able to read it aloud to themselves before they can share it with others. And if the kids need to spend more time writing, that's totally fine. Writing is usually the time in the classroom in first grade where the kids have the most freedom. I check in with the kids, but sometimes kids just go and I let them do their thing, and I check in with them a few days, maybe a week later. Like, the kids are used to having a lot of freedom in writing, and it's really helped them blossom into quality first grade writers. And so they're used to having some freedom in writing. I do want to point out that on Monday we'll be starting a new narrative writing piece, a new fiction piece where they make up a story. And I've been trying to figure out, what are the best ways for me to describe how we write in first grade to families that have never been in writing in first grade with us. So I've got some ideas of how I'm going to present some things differently, especially in the planning parts, which I hope will help families continue to help their kids with writing. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. If you have any questions, let me know. I know I'm really excited to start chatting with the kids on Zoom, and I'm really excited to see their smiling faces. If you have any questions, let me know. Take care. Bye.